Hi everyone, welcome to a new devlog. As you can see, we are back to the ILS project. So I decided to revert my project to the prototype phase because the old project was getting a little bit heavy in terms of assets and a little bit cluttered because I was constantly testing different assets from the marketplace, from Quixel, and even with my own assets made in Blender. So I decided to take the most important part or the main core of the project and try to start from scratch. And then I wanted to improve some stuff, I wanted to improve some blueprints and some mechanics that as I learn, I realized that things can be done in a better way. So I guess this is the course of being a solo indie game developer, where you try to do something, you learn it, and then you realize, oh, I could do it better. So you keep going in that kind of vicious cycle where your project never gets done because you keep improving it. This is gonna probably my fourth iteration or my fourth refactoring, and I hope it's gonna be the last one, or at least the big last one. Another reason why I reverted to the prototype phase is because I wanted to focus on the combat in a way where I can see the raw combat functioning, and I don't want to have distractions from the visuals. So I just want to see how good animations are, how the feedback from the combat is, and all of that stuff. So I think it's much better when you have a plain character with plain weapons and you can just see how things work. And if it feels good at this stage, it's gonna feel even better when we add all the juice, the visual effects, the sounds, and the characters have their real meshes and all of that good stuff. On the other hand, one of the things that I wanted to really work was the UI. The UI is always something that I feel kind of lazy to work on, because even if it looks simple or basic in the screen, usually it's much more complicated than it looks, and it always takes a lot of time, and usually it's very hard or frustrating to achieve what you have in mind. So here you can see we have the inventory. The skills are not done yet, but I have the design. I will show you in a minute. The quests are done, we don't have any active yet. The stats, where you can see your characteristics or attributes, your experience, your level, and then a little statistics bars where I'm gonna show how many kills you done and your deaths. And then the last part is the settings that they have been done yet, but here it's gonna be all the boring stuff, so the graphic quality, the volume, all of that stuff. So let's start from the beginning and I'll show you all of these designs. So the way I work with the UI, it's I always go to these two websites. One is the game UI database, and the other one is the interface ingame.com. I will leave the link in the description for you guys. So what I do is I come to these websites and I look for references or ideas that have been already done in other games. For example, we can come here and check the Diablo 4 interface. And for example, if we were trying to do an inventory, we could come here, or maybe the other one. Or even better, you can look for this kind of mechanics. So you can just look for inventory, or instead of doing it this way, we can come to elements and then in-game inventory, and then you will see a big selection of different UIs for inventory from different games. And I think this is very good because we can get ideas or even like layouts of what we want for our game. So once I have a good idea of what I want, I have always near me a block note with a pencil, and then I block out the main layout of these designs. And then once I have a good idea of the layout that I want to have for my interface, I jumped into Illustrator, as you can see here, and then I have all my designs. It's always better to design in graphic design software or like Photoshop or Illustrator, because here it's easy to see what you're doing. It's very easy to move elements, and then the back and forth, it's more efficient than designing directly in Unreal. So as you can see here, this is the main menu. I changed it in game, so in Unreal the version is a bit different. I changed the order, but you can see the idea behind the design for the inventory. Then the skills, this is the part that I haven't developed yet in Unreal, but it's design, the inventory, the quests, and then other stuff like the settings, the quest notifications in-game, and then I have a library of icons for my game. Here I have a misspelling. I like to use Illustrator because all of those are vectors, so I can scale them without losing any resolution. And then I like to do positive and negative versions of the icons, because this is a good way to see if the icons still have readability when you change the colors. But then in most situations, icons maybe need to work in the different backgrounds depending on your game and the situation. So it's good to develop or to design always the icons in both positive and negative. So once I have my design in Illustrator, I can jump into Unreal and develop those interfaces. So the main idea when I'm designing UI is to try to show the most important information at once, without overwhelming the user, and trying to balance as well the usability. So you don't need to perform like 30 clicks to do an action or see some information. So in this case, we are in the inventory, and as you can see, we have collected 4 items, like 2 swords and 2 shields. And you can see when you select a sword, you can see the name of the sword, and you can see the value if you want to sell it. So if I equip it, then on the equipment you can see it goes to the normal right hand. This is because the character is going to be able to equip heavy weapons, normal weapons, ranged weapons, and stealth weapons all the time. And you are going to be able to switch or swap the weapons depending on the situation. But you're going to be able to have all of that equipped at the same time. So as you can see here, I have selected in the left part of the inventory the fallen sword, and it gives me a comparison of the values. So the attack, as you can see, the current attack is at 5, and the selected one in the inventory is 10, so this is a better sword. So I can swap it, and now you can see the sword equip it's at 15. That's why if I go, we have a 10 minus difference. The same with the shields. And then let's see what else we can do here. Right now we don't have any experience. We don't have the values of the base value in the equipment are the same, because even if we have equipped the weapons, they aren't in our hands. So that's something that maybe I rethink a little bit, because right now maybe it doesn't make any sense. But let me show you. If I equip the weapons and I go back to the stats, now you'll see the difference where the attack it's 20. And let me change, I'm gonna change the sword so it's easier. Right now I'm having some issues with the colors. So as you can see the differences on the shield, for example, the green it's almost not visible, but that will change when I use the real meshes, because the real meshes are gonna be a little bit darker, so all of those colors will be easier to see. So let me go back to the stats. So now that we have equipped that sword, you can see the attack with equipment it's at 10. For example, kill this guy. So we have more. Well, some issues with the ragdoll there. Okay, so now, hey, hello. So now if we go to the stats, you can see we have our experience now it's at 100, and then we have in our statistics for kills and deaths, we have killed 1 human. I think for this part that's all that I can show. Another thing I wanted to mention regarding the UI, it's first of all, the UI it's now compatible with the controller. Actually, it has been always compatible with the controller, because I feel like making UI working with the controller is very challenging. So this part is already working, which makes me very happy. And the second part is I already developed the languages. So for example, if I press the L key to change the language, now, well, you don't see anything changing, but if I go back to the UI, now you can see all the UI it's in Spanish. And that was another thing that I was kind of scared, because I didn't know how to, I never did it before, so I was kind of like, I'm not sure how to do it. So now it's working, everything is translated, and the best thing is I use data tables for this, and those data tables are getting all the information from these like Google Docs. So that's very interesting, and it's very easy to update, it's very easy to add more languages, because I just have to add another column here, for example for French or for German or for Korean. And I have different data tables for all my stuff. So this is the library objects. I have, well, right now just locations, just one. But then I have all my UI here with all the buttons, all the actions that you can perform. What else? Then we have actions, like general actions. This is display in game. So when you approach an NPC, you can talk to the NPC, or you can grab an object. What else? We have the messages that the player talk or speak. So this is, for example, a message when it opens a crate. We have the dialogues, and then we have the quests. So this is a very good way to have all your content organized, very easy to update. When I change something here, I just have to press re-import in Unreal and it's updated. So this is a very good way to have different languages in your game. We can get a quest now from dialogues as well. So if we talk here to our grandma, here. So we have dialogue now with sound, and this voiceover is just AI. I'm gonna replace it in the future with some like real actor, but right now it works good as a placeholder. And then we can see, we can get quests from our NPCs. And all of this dialogue, it's very easy to skip if you don't want to hear or you don't want to read, just keep going next. And now if we go back to the UI, we can go to the quest and we have there our quest. So grab lunch, it's a mushroom pie, and then the description, pick up the mushroom pie from the editing table. This is one of the first quests that you will have, and it's just part of the tutorial where I'm showing you how the quests work. So far, this is all the development that I have been working on the past weeks. It has been a lot of work, just refactoring, and not very like satisfying in terms of having nice visuals to show. But I'm very happy with the mechanics and the UI starting to look good, and for me it's a big accomplishment just to have the UI working, because it's such a pain in the ass to do all of that. So I feel good about it, and now that all of this part is almost done, I can start focusing more on developing or creating the real content and the graphics for the game. So I hope you like this devlog. It has been a little bit different because I had a little script, but it has been almost like very freestyle, where I'm just like rambling here, just trying to do different kind of devlogs, see what I feel better. And I think sometimes these devlogs are easier for me, but most of the times just to be spontaneous and talk about game dev without a real script, it's kind of hard, especially because I'm speaking English and this is not my like mother language. But I hope I'm not rambling too much again and the communication is okay, and you enjoy the devlog. So as always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comments area below, and have a great week.